everyone. My name is Michelle and I talk books, and today we are back to the Homeschool series summer reading program for children entering third grade. I have some amazing books for you guys that I am so excited about, and every time I do one of these I want to go read them all. It's really bad. I'm like, do I have time in my day to read these books? I'm not going to third grade, but I want to read them. And that's why I was a homeschooling mom, because I read everything. That is my problem. I want to read everything. I get to pass it on to you, and that's what I'm doing, and that makes me really happy too. I just want to begin this by thanking everyone for all of your support. Also, if you would like a PDF of all the books that I'm going to be talking about today, let me know. There's only 6 of them, but sometimes people like it in writing. I know I do sometimes. I prefer that than watching this, but I will put the links down at the bottom. That way you do have the links to look them up on Amazon, and I get nothing for it. I'm not affiliated with Amazon in any way. It's just easy. I use Amazon almost every single day of my life. I'm going to stop you guys before I get any comments about how I'm going to do this today. I'm going to start off with books for boys, books for girls, and then both. I know there are going to be girls that like the boys' books and boys that like the girls' books, and that is fine. It's no big deal. The only reason I am putting them out there like that is for you, is to make your life a little easier, because a lot of times as a grandparent, as an aunt, uncle, you're looking for a gift for your niece and nephew and grandchild. It's for you. If your son or daughter wants to read these books, it's no big deal. I just split it up. That's what I do. That's why. It makes it easier. That is why I'm doing it this way. Maybe it's a frame of reference for you. It helped me sometimes not. Sometimes it helped. That is why I'm doing it. I hope I answered that question for you. Let's just begin, because I have so much to talk about with all these books. Even though there's only 6 of them, I still have so much to say about them. Up on your screen, number 1, The Baseball Card Adventures. Wow, I did not have this series when I was homeschooling my young sons, by Dan Gutman. I don't know how you say it. I'm going to put up on the screen. It's at dangutman.com. You can go there. He has so many books. He's from Jersey. There are so many others besides this book, but I love the concept of his series. First up is the book Honus and Me. Joe Stoshak, and I think that's how you say it. He discovers a baseball card, and that he has the ability to travel through time to meet these people. How amazing is that? I love that it's the history of baseball in a book series. I want to write to him and thank him. I'm going to be like, oh my God, you are so amazing. I love that. What a great concept. I wish I would have had it. I would have used this, and especially if your son or daughter loves baseball, this is perfect. Number 2, a series that is near and dear to my heart, The Hardy Boys. Franklin W. Dixon. It's just a pen name, so don't bother attaching anything to it. These books were written by a lot of different authors. That was the pen name. Book 1 is The Tower Treasure. These books debuted in 1927. They were revised in 1959 to take out any racial slurs, anything updated. That's what happened. They ended in 2005. There are too many to count. I know for my one son, Ian, he loved the Hardy Boys so much that we bought him a collector series of them. What a great gift idea. These books, he loved them. He read almost all of them. I don't know if he read all, because I think I bought him 30. I mean, there was a huge amount of them. I don't know if he read each and every one of them, but it is a great idea for a gift, and they will love them over and over and over again. The Hardy Boys you cannot miss with. Definitely get the Hardy Boys. And I'm putting up lots of different book covers so you guys can see this. On to the girls. Ivy and Bean. I'm not saying prices today. I will put the prices up there. I just didn't write them down. As I go back over them when I'm editing, I'll put the prices up. Annie Barrows, she writes tons of books. My granddaughters love this series, which is why I am adding it to the list. Her books promote friendship, empathy, and understanding. I love that. I do think that it's more for girls, because I think that it's about girl friendship. So I'm not sure that your sons are really going to want to read about Ivy and Bean, but you never know. Then number 2, the girl equivalent to the Hardy Boys, we got Nancy Drew, written by Carolyn Keene, also a pen name because those books were written by so many different authors over the years. The first book is called The Secret of the Old Clock, and it came out in 1930. Now, Nancy Drew started out as a 16-year-old high school graduate. She later was revised to be 18 years old. She loses her mom young, and then it's her father and the housekeeper that raise her. The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew were both created by Edward Stratemeyer. He saw the girls enjoying the Hardy Boys, and so he decided to give them their own series. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the girls are going to want to read Hardy Boys, and who knows, the boys may be wanting to read Nancy Drew. I don't know. Emma Roberts played Nancy Drew in a 2007 movie, which I didn't see, and now I want to go watch. And I want to go read every Nancy Drew book because I love them. I haven't read any Ivy and Bean books, but I want to read those too. I love these books too much. I would read all the baseball card adventures. There isn't a book here that I wouldn't love to read. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I should do reviews on each individual, like do a video for each book series and each book. And I'm thinking about that. That is so up my alley. I can go down a rabbit hole with these books that I may never come out of. So we shall see. For both boys and girls, the night before 3rd grade, I would read them The How Not to Start 3rd Grade. I love this book by Kathy Hapka. I love these books that are with the grades. You know I do from my other videos. I think it's a great way to start off 3rd grade. And then I'm going to give you the book that you should be reading all summer because it's 224 pages, the BFG. How many times have you read that? I want to know. Comment below. If you've read that, I've read it like 10 times. Tell me how many times you've read it. If you have not read it, you will enjoy reading it with your children. It came out in 1982. I'm going to give you some fun facts because it's such an amazing book. This is what happens. I start looking into books and then I can't stop. And I go looking website after website, looking these books up. BFG stands for Big Friendly Giant. You want to know why? Because Roald Dahl was a giant. He was over 6'6". Isn't that crazy? Did you know that about him? I love that. This book was also his favorite, which is why I picked it. It was his favorite one. It's my favorite. I love it too. I love a lot of his books though. It has sold more than 35 million copies. And Sophie is named after his granddaughter, which I didn't know until I looked this up. These are the lessons. I love learning about what these kind of books, what kind of lessons are your children going to learn from these books? I love that, especially in today's world where we don't know if what they're really getting from a book. Especially if you're reading this to them in the summer and you know this, you can kind of point it out when you see it. That's what I like to do. That's what I would look up when I was talking especially about like Greek mythology. Whenever I would read any kind of book that I knew was going to have a lesson, I tried to figure out where the lesson was and then talk about it. It gives you something to talk about with your kids. So I'm going to put them up on the screen. I have 6 lessons right here that you can learn from this book. Don't judge people by appearances. Huge lesson for children. 2 wrongs don't make a right. How many times as a parent do you say that? As an adult, I say that. But how many times to your children do you say that? You can be strong on your own. I love that. Whiz popping is a sign of happiness. And if you don't know what that word is, you will when you're done with the book. Dreams can come true. Like that's Walt Disney. I used to say that to my kids all the time when we were in Walt Disney because that was his theme. Dreams can come true. And then the last one, give people a chance. And when I wrote that one down today, I was thinking for myself, because I think when we're talking to our kids, relating to them about what we struggle with is also really a great idea because they want to hear your stories. So I would always try to bring in a story of something I was struggling with at the time. And I was thinking, especially in today's world, like I bet all these people that we think are so horrible, let's talk about Trump. Let's use him as an example because we hear, you hear the media, you see his Twitter, we're bombarded. But what if we met him? What if we knew him? What if we sat down to dinner with him? Would we think differently? Use him, if they know who he is, you could use him as an example if they know anything. I don't know at this age if they really understand that, but maybe your older kids. Would you like him as a person? You don't know. You could say, well, I don't like what he believes in. Well, there are a lot of people that we don't like what they believe in, but we like them. Think about it. I don't know. That's just what those were my thoughts while I was writing it down. I was thinking most people in this world, if we went to dinner with them, at the end of dinner, end up really liking them, really understanding. That is it. That's all 6 books. I got through that way quicker than I thought I would. Roald Dahl, I can't say enough amazing things about him. I really can't. Let me just, I got some time. If you've made it this far, you like him too. He was born on the same day as my mom. I love that. September 13th. He was a Virgo. He was a fighter pilot in World War II. He wrote 4 hours every single day. Think about that. If you did something consistently every single day for 4 hours, what could you accomplish? It sounds like it's not a lot, but I bet consistently it is a lot. That's what I'm thinking. He never typed. He always wrote in pencil. Love that. He invented over 250 new words. Crazy. And I told you, he was 6'6". He was a giant. He writes a lot about giants, if you know any of his books. That's it. We are done. Your children are going to 3rd grade this summer. I think you can have a lot of fun with these books. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any others. Thank you for watching. Please hit like because it makes me happy. The likes make me really happy. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until my next video.